The Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces spanked them badly. Let's get into it. The Indiana Fever won the first game, and it was a good win. It was a good game. It was well played. And they were on the Las Vegas, court, and okay, and they played really well. They played strategically. They played with communication. Their defense was up, and they were just doing wonderfully. So the whole game was good. That first game. The second game, I didn't see the same Indiana Fever, and I don't quite know why. Because listen, if you know a team, you were playing on the team's home court, and you beat them. Okay, you beat them significantly, and now you're coming back again to their home court. You know that their defense is going to be up, their offense is going to be up. You know they're coming after you. You know how they have played basketball in the past. You know about this team because you played them, and even recently. So why would the Indiana Fever come into this game, the second game, with lackluster? Why would they come in off pace? Why would they come in, you know, almost giving the ball away with turnovers? Why? I don't understand it. And maybe some of you understand how this happened, but I don't get it. The only way I could really possibly wrap my head around what happened is if it was rigged. That's the only way that my brain can really wrap my head around what happened with the Indiana Fever to in the game with the Aces the second game in the semifinals. Because if you're the Indiana Fever, you're coming into to battle. You're coming in to fight a good team. You're coming in to know that of their antics. So you're going to stay away from their antics and stay out of their way. You're not going to foul them, get them to the free throw line. You're going to stay away from all that. Okay, but you will be a nuisance to them. You will be an irritant to them. Absolutely. Okay. You will come in there with your offense on point, having some good looks and taking those shots with confidence. You will pass the ball. You will not play sticky fingers with the ball. You'll pass it and you will get the shot, right? Now, this is how a team comes into the second game of a, away game where the team is formidable. Does that make sense to anybody? So why does the Indiana Fever come in the opposite way? Yeah, they got some buckets in the first half, absolutely. But basically, the Aces were outplaying them in the first half and continued into the second half. So, okay, now let's get a side here. A couple things I saw. I saw once that Kelsey got hit in the face. Okay, she got hit in the face. Not a ref looked at that as maybe a flagrant or anything, and it was actually a hit in the face. They didn't review it. And then it was Odyssey Sims got hit also above the neck, okay, in the face area. They didn't review that at all. So again, the refs they weren't doing their job adequately. I mean, I saw a few fouls that were made that didn't get called, and Wilson was shoving people, Lloyd shoving people, Young shoving people, and it was like you could actually see it. It wasn't some fake or it wasn't some like something that you could actually see it. There's three refs on that floor. How could they miss it? There's a difference between someone like avoiding a play or someone putting on a screen or someone like just kind of jacking up for the ball. That's a big difference between that and someone pushing or pushing off someone like hard, and they weren't called. Those hits in the face, that were given to Odyssey and also given to Kelsey, they weren't called. They were battering on Lexi. They weren't called. Okay, so that's another aside. So, and if you didn't see these things, go back and watch the game again. You'll see him. So back to what's happening with the fever. So unless it was rigged, I don't know why they came in the way that they did. They came in like they really weren't in it. And that's how I saw it. They came in like they were just, having to do something, but they really weren't in it. The first game, they were in it. And they're playing, let us know that. But this time, not no. Because even if the Las Vegas Aces, okay, win the game, with no foul play or no, uh, you know, uncalled fouls or whatever, fair play, and they were doing exceptionally with their, offensive, and defensive, schemes. The Indiana Fever were not up to par, totally not up to par, and anyone, and I'm sure you all saw that too. It's like we saw it was like night and day. First game, woo, they were on it, precision shooting, defense was up, but this game, I'm like, where's the Fever at? Where's their head at? What's going on here? That's what I'm saying. Unless it was a fix, I don't understand what happened with the Fever tonight. Okay, now the Aces were playing the way they always play in terms of, when they're in it. When they're in it, they're going to be aggressive. When they're in it, yeah, there's physicality, but they actually go a step further than that. They shove, they push, they smack in the face, they flop. This is how they play. Okay? And anyone who's watched any tape on them will tell you the same thing because it's evident. And the announcers who were on there, I got tired of listening to them. I had to turn it down. Because they were like, pro Wilson, pro Aces. And it's like, okay. But they weren't talking about the flopping. They weren't talking about the slap in the face or the hits in the facial area. They weren't talking about any of those things. Okay. We know, and I'm gonna go to some basic stuff here. We know that in the first quarter, it was Indiana Fever 17 and Aces 26. There you go. That tells you right there that the Aces were on it and the defense of the, Fever was low. Second quarter, 18 Fever 20. Same thing. Where was the Fever hadn't showed up? Third quarter, and this is after the half. This is after the half. After they got talked to by the coach, after they went back and talked to each other, after all of that. Usually you come back with some oomph, you come back with some fight, some grit. Third quarter, 17, 24 for the Aces. Fourth quarter, 16 and 20 for the Aces. The score was ending final score 90 Aces, 68 Fever. It's almost like when they decided to shoot the ball, it went in for the most part, but they really were playing. They had too many turnovers. Um, they were just not communicating with each other. Um, Bad passes. Uh, they weren't crashing the paint. It's like they were apprehensive, maybe timid. Like what happened from that first game to the second game? It's peculiar. And like I said, I could almost see it, and I can actually, say, well, 1 + 1 = 2 if it was rigged. But if it was not rigged, then I can't account for what happened with the Fever. When they knew they were going to play the Aces, and they knew they were going to come with some force, they knew how they were going to be. And so what do you come with? Low defense, turnovers, sending them to the free throw line, humdrum basketball. So I don't know. You let me know in the comment section what you think about the game, okay, and what happened. Now, as far as people who scored the highest, we go the Indiana Fever. The highest score was 18. That was Odyssey Sims. And then Lexi Hull scored 15. Good on her. And she had 5 of 11 3-pointers. That's good. And then Mitchell, they held Kelsey Mitchell, to 13 points. They held Boston to 10 points. and Howard to 6. All right. And Las Vegas Aces. The highest score was Wilson, 25 points. And then it was Smith at 18 points. And then it was Jackie Young at 13 points. Now, Smith, she's been playing the best basketball she's played since I've been watching her. Because when she was with the Indiana Fever, she didn't play like this. Interesting. Yeah, so, turnovers, 22 Fever, 15 Aces. Okay. Free throws, 11 out of 15 for Fever, 15 out of 21 for the Aces. Points in the paint, 34 Fever, 48 Aces. The largest lead, 26 for the Aces, 3 for the Fever. So come on. You tell me you tell me what could have happened, from the time that they played that first game to this game to make them like subdued, and to make them like get off kilter, and to make them like, just like, lackluster, and just sort of like going through some motion, but it's not their usual pace, not their usual game. Like, what happened? Especially when they know that they were facing the Aces. So let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. My name is Barbara, around the WNBA and other sports. If you haven't subscribed, here's your opportunity. And also give me a thumbs up, because that helps. All that said, go Fever, peace, and blessings.